This is for anyone who's really looking forward to the start of 2024 and losing loads of weight, being on a diet. You'll either hear yourself in the story that's about to be told or you won't. If you do, then I hope you find it strangely reassuring.
I wanted to be very appealing, wanted, and I thought that if I can achieve this perfectness, then that's it, then that's done. I wanted to be better, but not just with changing my body, but with changing myself and my whole being as a person. When the whole dieting period started, it was a fun thing to do. I need to admit, I like to dive deep in this whole realm and topic of fitness and wellness and food in general and exercises. For a certain period of time, it was very, very interesting, new thing, something to spend time on. After a while, it got very overwhelming and it consumed me. I basically organized everything around food and eating. I really try to eat as little as possible in the morning to have more freedom and more calories towards the end of the day. I really prefer to eat alone, in peace, very slow. I didn't like when people were in the same room because I felt like they were watching me. I was using exercise to be allowed to eat. Doing sport was very limited to lifting weights, and I needed to do all these exercises each day. And I remember I absolutely hated it. If I didn't do it, I had so much guilt. Before, I was really up to do anything with friends. So I was very easygoing. I didn't really think much about where to go and what to do and what we will be able to eat there and stuff like that. And at a certain point, it really changed. I also remember I was fantasizing food a lot, especially in the evenings. And I remember I was scrolling Instagram and I was watching baking videos. I was really obsessive with baking cakes and cookies. And I remember I was thinking two things. One is, oh my god, how many calories are in those cakes or cookies? And also that I wouldn't ever eat that. But also I wanted to eat it. And thinking back, it was kind of miserable. I was watching YouTube videos of what I eat in a day, or these 10,000 calorie challenges when they eat a lot of things. I remember at a certain point I was really afraid of eating food that was home cooked because I didn't know the calories. Being really obsessed with the light versions of certain foods. If there was no ham, just these salamis or prosciuttos, I wouldn't eat that. I wanted to buy, for example, yogurt. And there were 4 different brands, and I checked each to see which contains the least calories. Yeah, and I chose that one, which were the best in my mind. Until my first binge eating episode, it was something I really liked to do. The thrill of control and boundaries. It's very strange to think about that, but it made me feel very good. But at the same time, I felt kind of miserable. In the beginning, I had no self-destructive reason. When I was saying sometimes I felt really, really miserable, it was because I felt trapped. I felt that there was no really turning back, because these behaviors felt like things that I really need to do, otherwise I fail. Back then, in that period, I remember I felt that I don't really have control over my life, and this was something that no one can interrupt, no one can change in me. Honestly, I had very, very high discipline. I don't know what happened, but I binged, and that was the very first time I lost control, and I experienced how it is when something really takes over in you. The self-confidence I had, it was destroyed. And then it happened over and over again. It was uncontrollable. As you can see, it was a timeline of being fun in the beginning, then wasn't that funny anymore. After that, when I lost control, I lost a lot of other things because I felt like a failure. I realized that I cannot be trusted. I lost control. My self-confidence was very low, and I'm still struggling with that. I'm 26 now. Everything started when I was 16. It's a lot of work to feel myself again. Just be careful. It can cause a lot more harm than benefit. When you diet and exercise, try to do it for the good reason. There is a fine line, and you really need to catch yourself at that fine line.
I showed you that story because a lot of us can feel really alone when we're struggling with things like this, and maybe not even question our behavior or the way that we're thinking about things, and just kind of think, hey, this is normal, it's right to want to lose weight, and it's right to want to diet, and this isn't problematic at all. And then years can go by like that, and so I was showing it to you in the hopes that if you resonate with it, it's an opportunity for you to reflect on how it is that you're thinking about food, how it's impacting your life, because it can definitely feel like a temporary thing, right? Oh, I'm just doing it for now. I'm just going to miss these social occasions because soon, I'll have lost weight and then I can start living properly. And often it's not. And if I can save you some time by allowing you to reflect on these things now, if you want to, then great. I'm not telling you what to do at all. I think I speak to so many women about this all of the time, women who realize that they have a problem with food, a difficult relationship with food, and they'd like some help with it. And one thing that comes up time and time again is that before that they realize that they want help with their relationship with food, they feel like their problem is, I'm just not thin enough yet, or I'm not perfect enough yet, or I'm not motivated enough to stick to my diet. That's the problem. Or I don't have the control that I once had. I used to be able to diet so easily and now it's really difficult. Or everyone else is just maybe lucky that they can eat so effortlessly, and I'm naturally hungrier than other people, and I naturally have more cravings, and I naturally think about food more, so I have to diet, and I can't possibly be confident in my body unless I'm in my dream body. And so I wanted maybe to be the first to tell you, maybe not the first, but maybe I am the first, that if you're dealing with all of these things, then it absolutely is not your fault. And for anyone that's struggling with disordered eating, it's okay if another diet isn't the answer. I know it might not be okay with you, but it is okay if another diet isn't the answer, and you might need a different type of support. And what's really going on might be a little bit bigger or a little bit deeper than you were anticipating, and that can be scary. I've been told that's scary, but I've also been told that realization has led to life-changing, life-altering journeys where women have learned how to trust themselves again and be healthy again and be free again and fit and love themselves again, and ultimately been able to develop really healthy relationships with food and go on to thrive in their life. If you're struggling with binge eating, yo-yo dieting, food obsession, and you're not happy about it and you don't think another diet is going to really help you, but you're not really sure what else to do, then I've made lots of videos which you can see on my channel. I invite you to check those out if you're interested. And if you're really interested and you want to do the whole journey, then I also have a whole program which you can check out, which has helped so many women transition from disordered eating to a great relationship with food. I hope you are all getting ready for a wonderful Christmas. Happy holidays, and I'll see you in the next one.